Welcome back, and today we're heading to the Gibberling Mountains. A lot of people do these prior to going down into the mines, but I'm just going to do them now. So I'm going to leave this fight in, and we'll go ahead and see how things go. We're pretty much to the point where these hobgoblins aren't that much of a worry for us, because we're starting to get high armor class and enough health that we can survive even though they're doing 12 damage at a gun just for their arrows. Now, the reason that people tend to do the Gibberling Mountains before the mines is because the enemies therein are pretty easy overall, because it's just Gibberlings, which are, the enemies we fought in the very first area of the game. So it's pretty simple. There are several of them there, so it puts you in a good XP position. It also has a hidden item, which isn't particularly useful within the context of the mines, but it, you may as well have it now. But I skipped it because I wanted to get down in the mines to see how viable Rasad would be, and he was found to be not viable, so we're just going to do it now. You get it by going right on the Nashkel Mines map. There are a couple things to do out here, and we're going to look around for it. You also have some good and evil choices here. I'm going to stick with mostly the good choices, just because we have a Jauntus with us. So the first thing I'm looking for here is there's a woman with an injured man and also a fortune teller. You can see some of the blood on the walls there. We're not going to worry about that right now, but that's the main congregation. It'll lead you to the main congregation of the Gibberlings, which is an easy fight that nets decent XP.
Yes, I do.
So you find this gnome, and he's an astrologer, scientist, and mage. He wants to know your name, and if you tell him your name, he says he's been seeing you in his dreams, and that one of you always dies in all of the dreams. And tell me yourself, perhaps I can help you. If you tell him that he will be the one to die in the dreams, he will attack you, and you can kill him and take his stuff. That's the evil option. Or you can just tell him your story, and he'll give you a scroll that protects you from magic, and he tells you to use it essentially at the end of the game. So we're just going to hold on to that, keeping it for, you guessed it, the end of the game. So not a tough thing to do. Now we're going to go fight the Gibberlings and try to find Alina, who is the next quest giver in this area. So you can see there's some nice blood there. It's also snowing. There's a lot of walking around in this forest area because it's spread out. There's some more blood, so we know we're on the trail. More blood up here. And we'll start to encounter Gibberlings soon, I think. We should. And it's also getting nighttime, so that should add dramatic effect, right? There we go. There's some Gibberlings. And thankfully, they're not all gathered up inside of one another. And there we go. So there's one easy fight down. Enemies sighted.
With helms.
Alright, so we're going to clean this guy up. There's going to be more. Yeah, so you can see now there's like a bunch of bones and stuff in these rocks. And this is essentially what you're going to get for a fight here. Luckily, they all saw Jauntus first, so we're not going to have them spread out. They're also giving us 35 XP a kill, so that's all right. And they also net you some money here and there and some scrolls. And we get some more items. We've acquired a lot of money, so this isn't really all that helpful. But one day it shall be. Soon it will be. And then we're just going to look and make sure that we've got all the Gibberlings. We have. So now we're going to find Lena and the hidden ring and be done with this area. So should be a pretty short
My
little
blade
trip.
will cut you
More
down to size.
Gibberlings. You'll get your random encounter enemies in this area are typically going to be Gibberlings, so it's not that big of a worry. And there we go. And the birds are singing. And we have a bat flying by, I believe that was. There's Lena.
That was a noble
and
deed.
Samuel, who's by her side wounded.
How are you?
Please wait a moment, kind sir. You must forgive me for my appearance, but I've been wandering the wilderness for more than a week now. What's the name of that friend of yours? It's Samuel. Will you help me? Yes, we can. He's right there on the ground. Okie dokie. We'll take Samuel to the Temple of Wisdom at the Friendly Arm Inn. She wants you to take him to the Friendly Arm, and you have to rush him there or he'll die. But instead, we're going to betray him. And you're holding his body. He weighs about 200 pounds. It's like 150, I think. So you need a strong character to carry him. I'm going to try and find a quick way down this hill because the ring itself that we are looking for, along with the gems that come with it, which are quite valuable. One is worth 1,000 gold, which is always nice to have, is down there in this cliff face. But apparently you can't get around from the right side. So we got to walk all the way back up here and go on for that. This isn't going to be as useful as the Cloud Kill Scroll or the Ring of Protection that we found, but the gold will be very nice. And if we get fireballed at some point, that ring will be helpful because we're going to take double damage from said fireball, and that would be bad for this setup. It's going to be... I'm not looking forward to that part of the game. And the next area we do will be some of the forest regions out to the west that we haven't done yet before we continue with the main plot. So there we go. We're here. It's right here. You can see it there, and you get the gem and such. You can see where we are just there. It's sort of in the middle, but in BGEE, if you just hold tab down and walk along the cliff face, you'll be fine.
For the glory of Helm!
We get attacked by some dogs. That shouldn't be that big of an issue.
Each flaming, or possibly
35 XP, so they're no better or worse than the Gibberlings. So this is a pretty easy area altogether. Now you just walk along this ledge here, and I should come across the Flaming Fist. Hold. It will require you to identify yourselves. We're adventurers. Adventurers, huh? Well, you should keep a lookout. There's a bounty of 50 gold on a deserter. Should be traveling with a woman. His name is Samuel. And, actually, who is that you have with you? He's Samuel. We want to turn him in. Good job. Here's your reward. So, we betray him, but he's a deserter, and times are tough, so whatevs. Now it's on back to Nashkel, and we'll be heading out west in the next video.